Hey y'all, it's Andrea here at VW Family Farm. I know I probably look rough, but it's been a rough bit here at the farm. Just kind of wanted to tell you guys what was going on and what to do if hard times hit your farm or homestead. So you can see the other farmer is laid up as well. Are you awake? You alright? You can see Emily's definitely doing better than we are at this point, but that wasn't the case a couple days ago, was it?
No.
How would you classify the last few days around here?
Rough.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said, rough. And you can see Lane is doing better than all of us at this point. Just pressing on, huh?
Yep.
How would you describe the last few days around here?
Lazy.
Lazy?
Not really. Just kidding, we don't get days off.
Emily and I both said rough. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
So this video probably won't be very long, but I wanted to take a minute and talk to you guys about what to do and a few tips and tricks if sickness or tragedy or something like that strikes your homestead. So we all four have COVID right now. And I know if you've been around here a while, you know Ben and Lane have already had it, confirmed by tests, and Lane was pretty sick with it. Ben was sick, but not as sick as Lane was the first time, probably 6 or 7 months ago. I don't know exactly when. But Lane and Emily started getting sick days ago now, and then Ben and I were literally 48 hours behind them. And it hit like a train, and it has been probably the sickest I've ever been in my life. And I'm actually in decent shape right now. I've been taking care of myself for months now. So I actually thought, okay, I'm in better shape than I've ever been to fight this off. But it didn't seem to matter. I have been so very sick. So I know if it was me, I would wonder, like, what are some of the symptoms you've had? Well, we've all been kind of different, honestly, but some of the main ones are lots of fever, which led to a couple of us almost getting dehydrated, just so tired we could barely put one foot in front of the other, just days of laying down, literally. Lots of coughing, sinus congestion as well as chest congestion. Eyeball pain. I know that sounds really weird, but our eyes have felt like they were going to literally pop out of our head. Just when you look off to the side, it hurts so bad. Not very much stomach upset. I know some people have had that, and Ben and Lane both had that the last time. They seem to believe we've had a variant that is kind of new in this area, but COVID numbers are on the rise in our area. And Lane was the first one they had seen when we went and got him tested that had positively tested twice, months apart. So that's telling them, they said that it is probably a new strain. And then Ben got it as well. And then we had heard of someone else after Lane tested that did the same thing, that tested twice. But this video is not about COVID necessarily. You could get the flu, you could all come down with the stomach bug, you could have an injury, someone could be hospitalized to where you have to be off the farm. A whole number of things can happen, and I mean, that's just life, that's just how it is. But how prepared are you for that, I guess, is my question. Here's Mama Cat. Have y'all seen her in a while? So after these past couple days, and we're by no means completely well, you can tell Ben is still in the worst part of it, but it has really made me think about being prepared. And so my couple pieces of advice I wanted to share with you guys is, last week I worked super hard. I just really worked hard every day, got a lot of things caught up around here. I just did. I had no idea why. I mean, I didn't even think about it. Just things needed doing, and I did them. And now I'm looking back and thinking that was such a blessing, because we are somewhat caught up on some things. Now hay needs to be cut. we're kind of in a desperate situation on the hay. We've not even cut our first cutting because we've had so much rain this spring. We're about a month late, but we'll get it done when we get it done. But everything else was somewhat caught up. So my number one piece of advice is don't be a procrastinator. When you have nice weather days and when you feel good, use those to your advantage. Get out and get the things done that you know are piling up and you need to get done. And then if something comes like this and you need a few days off, things will be okay. But if they were in a desperate situation before the tragedy or before the sickness, you're liable to lose some things, lose your garden. Animals will suffer if they need something and you don't do it. And lastly, have a backup plan. Have someone that does not live on your farm and in your house that you can call and that can come help you if you find yourself in a situation like this. Our saving grace was the fact that the kids got sick first, and Ben and I were able to do chores for them and not make them do a thing there for several days. And then when we started getting sick, they were able to do the same for us. They don't by any means feel great, but they were able to function. And we've all just had a couple days throughout this where we just could not function. We could not hardly even walk to the couch. It was that debilitating, honestly. It's like I said, it's been the sickest I've ever been in my life. And my heart goes out to everyone dealing with this. But get you a backup plan. Find someone that you can trade farm chores with when you need them or they need you, or maybe just when you need to go out of town. Everybody deserves a vacation. We've received critical comments all throughout having YouTube when we go on trips or things about that we need to be staying home and all this. And that's really a personal decision. And I think everyone deserves a vacation every once in a while. So find someone that will do that for you. If you can't find someone to trade with, find a teenage boy or two that would love to make a little bit of extra money, and stick aside a little money for when you need to pay them a little bit to come do your chores. Money motivates teenagers. They love making a little bit of extra money. So find someone like that if that's your only resort. That's it, guys. I pretty much feel pretty terrible still, so I am going back inside. Just remember us, pray for us. We are gonna be okay. We are already, most of us are recovering. I think probably today is gonna be Ben's worst day because he seems like a day behind me, and yesterday was so rough for me. So I'm hoping that after today he'll at least maybe feel like a little bit better, even though I still don't feel 100%. I'm maybe like 60 at this point, whereas yesterday I felt like I was at about 30. So I have hope for him. We'll see you guys on the next one. I hope some of this helped you in case some of you are heading for hard times or whatever. One thing I wanted to mention, I don't want this video to turn into something ugly and negative about COVID and vaccines and all that. I think all of that is people's personal choice. And so just do what you feel is right for you and your family, and let others do the same. And don't try to shame people into your way of thinking. That's just my way of looking at it. And I think everyone will be happier. And there's just way too much on social media in these days. People just able to say whatever they want from behind a keyboard that they would never stand up and actually say. So if you wouldn't actually say it, don't type it. I think that's just good advice for all of us. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. God bless.